Hello everyone, it's Mary Fish with Stampin' Pretty and StampinPretty.com. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and I want to show you what I recently received from the new Stampin' Up! Annual Catalog. It's the 2018-2019 catalog, and I'm really excited about this catalog. I think there's a lot of really trendy, cool products, beautiful samples to inspire you. And I just love it. And one of the things that really stands out for me was used to create this little card on the front. And I know sometimes there's glare, so I'm going to do my best to kind of tip things, as well as this sweet little sample as well. And that's the Darling Label box. And I'm going to call it a gift box because it comes in this absolutely gorgeous little tin. And it has the Darling Label punch, which is super cool and very useful for sentiments. It comes with a clear block, a couple of Stampin' spots, and its own little stamp set. I'm going to use a piece of Whisper White cardstock that's not included so that you can see just how neat those sentiments are. I'm always a big fan of sentiment sets. And I also made a cool discovery that this little punch works amazingly well with a new stamp set called Treat Time. I actually punched out the Darling Label punch, and you can see that these happen to be 100%. Sometimes not every cover has the images at 100%, but this one does. So it's very easy to see and test exactly what will fit, and pretty much just about everything from this cute little stamp set Treat Time is going to work. And that's another little trick I like to do, is to actually punch and make a little template so you can see just how it works. I'm gonna get right into some of the bundles. This is Animal Outing stamp set, and it has super cute illustrated images. One of my favorite things about it is there's a little koala bear with the kangaroo to represent adoption or anything that is important to you, but I have an adopted daughter, so that one is special for me. And then the Animal Friends Framelits that coordinate with it. All the bundles that I'm going to show you today are 10% off if you purchase the coordinating products together. And a few other really cool things is this awesome, almost like an ivy, that goes with the suite, and it also works with the Tropical Chic suite as well, and others. You can have a lot of fun with it. And there are little wood elements that coordinate with the set, and some of the sentiments actually work with these little frames, and then simple little hearts and elements that you can add. Really, really cute. And then I'm going to go through these bundles fairly quickly. This is part of a suite. This is a beautiful promenade. Hopefully you can see it okay. And then the framelits. And one of my favorite parts about the framelits is that we now have a great die to create liners for the envelopes, for our medium envelopes. So that's a really cool feature, along with the fact that many of these coordinate with the stamps, and it has this really cool element for layering. I think that's just lovely. And then I have, this one actually wasn't on my initial must-have list. This is called Follow Your Dreams. It has a dream catcher image, but the more I looked at it, the more I liked it. I loved the idea of the feathers and something sort of spiritual and interesting, and then it has these coordinating dies, which kind of were the final sell for me, as well as the word dream as a die cut. Really neat. Lots of fun things to work with, and I'm really excited that I got it. This bundle, this is a big thank you stamp set. I'm hoping you can see it okay. Lots of great basics, pretty little fonts. This I think will be one of the top bundles because it combines with this thank you die. Our happy birthday die was a top seller, and I think it's just really practical and pretty, and you can use it with the stamp set or without, but as a bundle you save 10%, so that always is a nice incentive. I had the the Pick-a-Pennant stamp set before. It's a nice little alphabet set and a little builder set. But I just was able to finally get the coordinating playful pennants dies, so I can do so much more with these two products. And we had a little man overboard there. The puzzle pieces, along with the Love You to Pieces stamp set, I think is going to be a big hit. I think it's clever. I think it's fun. I think it's interactive. These cute little pieces coordinate with the dies. The dies actually crop out these individual pieces. So you could send a card with a little cello bag, and they could put it together and it could have a message on it. This little piece, of course, coordinates with two pieces and Love You. And then there's this little heart, which I actually cut out for you, so you can see that you could leave one piece on. You could just have them all sort of scrambled and have somebody put them together. But it's really sweet and echoes how beautiful the sentiments really are, especially this one, You Are My Missing Piece. I think that's just sweet and charming and appeals to a really wide audience. We also have a new little tea set that goes above and beyond. There are small copper tins. You actually get 4 of these. They're perfect for small gifts or even tea. And then the suite has gorgeous copper edged ribbon. This is in Coastal Cabana, and this is in Very Vanilla. Absolutely stunning. And then these fun little copper stickers you can use for cards, as well as decorating the cool little copper box. And then the bundle is Time for Tea with really cool elements that coordinate with the Spot of Tea bundle, the Spot of Tea framelits. So I think that's just a really beautiful suite. And many of these, I will show you in a few minutes, have coordinating designer series paper, which is a really, really cool thing. I'll show you some more bundles. Here's Bouquet Blooms and then Gatefold Blossoms. And take note that even in the catalog, you can see a sample of how this actually helps you create an interlocking little envelope. Really cool set. I love the samples for this set in the catalog. Oh, a few more overboard. There's a lot here. This bundle is the Botanical Bliss stamp set. Really pretty little font, great basics. And it has some die cuts that are fantastic. They, again, work together and layer. But these beautiful detailed dies so that you can create tags, you can create bookmarks, they could be card elements, and of course much more. We have Floral Frames, which is one of my favorite things. If you go to my blog, you can find my favorite things, which is a list of the things that I feel are must-haves from the new catalog. And this made the list. I love the stamp set because of this just nice, clean, and very usable sentiments. And then they have these beautiful ways to create images around the sentiments if you choose. And you can even use the coordinating foliage frames, for example, to layer. You can layer things on top and just create more leaves. Perhaps you want to go this direction. And then you can add flowers as well to pop that up. You've got some flower images, some foliage. You've got another really fabulous label punch and some ferns. I think it's just really versatile and a pretty little floral. And next we have from our tropical Chic suite. I absolutely love this. And at first I wasn't sure, is this really new? Is this really trending? And the bottom line, the way that Stampin' Up! Put all of this together, I think it's just stunning. For starters, you have the Tropical Chic stamp set with some great images that you can layer and have fun with. You can keep it clean and simple. You can certainly dial it up. And then they have dies, and again, you have sort of an innie and an outie here. You've got the inside, and then you can do far more detail with these inside dies. All 3 of these actually are like that. And then this is super cool. This is an actual die cut that you can crop and use as a layer. You can cut it again and just use it as this open layer. There's some awesome samples in the catalog. And then it has cute little leaves and flowers. Let's see, they're called Tropical Elements. And they have this gorgeous weave in Lucky Limeade and our new granite in the ribbon. I think that's just stunning. I'm going to show you the DSP next because it's such a wow factor to me. And really what sold me is the dash of Blushing Bride they added to their 6x6. So you can see there's just a lot of really great card-friendly patterns. It's not all botanical, but there's plenty. But that dash of Blushing Bride to me is incredible. I think that is so, so, so pretty to kind of keep the suite really cohesive and cool. Now, for young as well as old, I love this suite. It includes little Twinkle with some really not just for baby sentiments, cute little font on it as well. And then there's a coordinating punch. And I am a huge fan of punches with a moon and little stars that will coordinate and really look sweet together. There's even some cute little stickers and stars that I'll show you along with the paper shortly. And then also for the wee ones, I immediately fell in love with these little plaid elephants. Super cute, fresh. Again, I don't think this is just for baby. I really feel this could be for any age group. And when I look for my more whimsical products, I tend to really focus on things that are going to have a little more mileage for me. So I just fell in love with just how classy and sweet that little elephant is. And what could be better than having a builder punch that coordinates with it? I know you're going to get some glare here, but hopefully you can see how beautifully they work together and how versatile they are. So here is the Broadway birthday suite. It's my real favorite of the primarily birthday stamp sets. It has lots of great elements. Note how you can layer, it's photopolymer, so you can layer, there's a little dotted hooray. So you can stamp the solid, and then I would use my Stamparatus, which I love, to add the little dots on top. Same thing with the word wish, and then some really simple elements. And of course, in true Stampin' Up! Tradition, we have some great dies and framelits from Broadway lights that are going to coordinate with it, even like a marquee type label, and a great big word wish. So that's my doorbell. We're gonna just keep rolling. And then I've got this yummy black satin ribbon that coordinates with the suite. And again, I'm going to be showing you in just a few seconds the beautiful paper, which is one of my highlights of the catalog. This is a great sentiment set. It's a set of 2. Hopefully you can see it. It's called Another Wonderful Year. Perfect for year-round versatile use. That sentiment that you need for the card, it's probably in there. And then we have Friendly Expressions. I love this one is red rubber, which means you could use Stampin' Write markers to color the rubber, for example, this font, and then use a second color here. You huff on it to moisten and stamp, and then you have double color stamping. Again, I think these are just very solid, pretty, versatile sentiments. P.S. You're the Best. Oops, it's just a single. Is a clear mount stamp set, and of course these little sentiments will pop right into the typewriter. This cute little distressed stamp can layer over this little vintage typewriter, and it creates a really cute soft effect. You might want to stamp off with it once first before, but don't be afraid to add color. It's, you know, you can go any direction that you want, but that is a sample in the catalog that really wowed me about this stamp set. I thought that was such a cute way to use it. This is Pressed Flowers, which is one of our Host or Stampin' Rewards stamp set. I love how you can layer and put the pressed flowers right on top of this if you like. You could also do it light and add a sentiment on top. So there's many ways to use that wonderful texture. But I love just that simple linen look and then adding a pressed flower right on top. Dandelion Wishes is certainly one that I feel is going to be one of the most popular stamp sets. The sentiment and the font alone have people clamoring for this stamp set. And again, just a simple background and sweet sending well wishes your way. Just an instant popular one. There's a new texture stamp set called Gallery Grunge. You can see how you can layer and play with elements. You can use all three or some of them just to give your projects that little something something. Here's Swirly Frames. Was not on my radar initially. And later on, I realized how fun it would be to create frames because this does coordinate with our square and circle layering framelits. So you can crop inside and out and literally create swirly frames. So I think that would be a great way to punctuate a cool sentiment. This is Healing Hugs, another clear mount stamp set. It also comes in wood mount. This stands out to me as one of the, again, top stamp sets in the catalog. The samples in the catalog are absolutely drop dead gorgeous. The font is beautiful, it's versatile, it can be get well, it can be even a sympathy card. I just think it's gorgeous. This is one of our distinctive stamps which have a very, very fine level of image on the stamp, but what happens, you get almost this photographic type element that is gorgeous, just simply stamped or stamped and then colored if you want to add some color to it. And then this is just a fun stamp set. It's called Calls for a Celebration. If there's a great sentiment set, you can be sure that I'm going to buy it. And I just think it's great. Basics, has a little more fun and whimsy. I think this is super cute. I may not always be there with you, but I will always be there for you. For a daughter who's just about to move away for her first teaching job, that will be a favorite. And then letterboard messages. These are really trending. Think about this in terms of almost the chalkboard technique, which is still trending, to have black and then you can stamp the sentiments in white for a really cool look. You can also just keep it clean and stamp on white and use all the colors. You can do it however you want, but these do coordinate with our layering squares to make it really fun to pop up these elements on a card, which I think is really neat. So let's move on to pretty paper. One of the things I have missed were the Stampin' Up! Very simple patterns that I found really card friendly. So Stampin' Up! Has delivered in the brights, regals, neutrals, subtles, and all of the in colors, just great basics, okay, in a couple different polka dots and stripes, but really you can get the color collections and have packs of all of these, just really card friendly. I was so excited to have them come back, especially in the 6x6 size. Then I've got the Twinkle-Twinkle Designer Series paper. Really, really pretty. Remember the suite I showed you a little bit ago? How do you like that awesome night sky? So I'm just showing you some of the basics. Pretty colors, again, not just for baby. I love this dash of deep blue, probably navy. I don't have the colors right in front of me. And then I've got, for those of you that like Christmas in July, this is called Under the Mistletoe. Really cool. I'm such a fan of plaids for the holidays. And again, just great basics, lots of beautiful color. It has some coordinating accessories that I'll be showing you shortly. And then I have Animal Expedition. I showed you the stamp set and now you can say, oh my gosh, that's so cute. I've got a comment that the Designer Series paper is nowhere near as cool as it is in reality. In the catalog, you've got tiny little images. It is just a total wow factor when it's in your hands. Just such cute things. Look at that fun animal print. You've got just so many fun and beautiful colors. Look at this little hippo peeking out of the water. Cute little crocodile. And of course it coordinates with the rest of the suite. And I've got Best Route Designer Series paper. I think this paper can go masculine, it can go travel, it can go scrapbook, bold and bright colors, fun little images. It has some really cool coordinating products. Petal Promenade. I showed you that stamp set. That's the one that has the cool liner. Well, wouldn't you love to line envelopes with this beautiful, beautiful, beautiful paper? Isn't that stunning? The back sides are all texture, so this is almost like a copper or rose gold fabric look. These are designed to coordinate with card fronts. So they're really, really, really beautiful. And so that is just a great bundle all together and sweet. And then I have, this is the Broadway bound paper. That's the birthday set that I showed you. One side is gold. I shouldn't say, I think all of them. Yep, all of them have one side that is gold. And then it has nice pops of black. And then on the flip side, you have a yummy burst of color and more fun images. So I think that is my favorite birthday suite. I absolutely love, love, love it. And then I've got the tea room. I showed you all that fun copper stuff from the tea room. And this is a specialty designer series paper as well. It's a little bit lighter weight, very vintage, but I still feel you can just keep things classy and cool. Just add some of those fun sentiments in the sentiment sets. That's actually one of my very favorites. I love just that simple tone on tone. Really, really pretty and fun. So that's kind of the gist of my paper. And then I'll move on. Here are some of our dynamic textured embossing folders. This is called Maps. You can see just it has almost like this retro kind of boomerang look when it's stamped, and it's highly defined. That's the beauty of our new dynamic textured impressions folder. This is Tufted. Look at that texture and that level of texture. Really, really, really amazing and so simple to do and not a lot of expense. I think it just provides so much pattern so quickly. And this one you might not notice because it is so subtle, but it too is one of our dynamic textured impressions folders and just gives this fine, almost linen look to cards. I don't know how well you can see it. I'm going to move it around a little and then hope that at some angle you can see just what a cool, cool look that is. That's probably my favorite because I feel like it's versatile and will just add that rich element to just about any card. I'm going to go into some of the accessories now. This you would use with the heat tool. We have all of the newest in colors in embossing powder. I love color embossing powder and can't wait. One of my favorite things to do is actually use these on dark cardstock like black because it just pops and almost takes your breath away. It's so pretty. We've got lots of ribbon. We've got a new red ribbon that works with the holiday paper and of course more. And then we've got this little mini stripe in some fun colors. We have in all of the new last year's in colors, this mini ruffled ribbon. It's definitely on my must-have and favorite things, and of course it comes in all the other colors. Show you really quickly. I hope you're saying ooh ah, because I sure did. I loved it. Hopefully nothing will go toppling. I've got towers of things right here. And then we've got new color doilies. What a fun touch. Our doilies have been so popular, and I think that's a great way to show it all off. Brads are back. We have brads in some basics. I love brads. I never gave up on brads. We didn't offer them after a while, and I can't wait to start using them. So these are in some much loved colors, and these are in the metallics. So you've got two great options with brads, and these little sweet flowers coordinate with the Promenade package and more, not just that package. And probably the Tea Time stamp set. And the tea time accessories. And then we've got some in color little flower buttons, total cuteness. We have some new baker's twine that is mixed with silver. We have a rose gold metallic thread that will work with so many of the different suites. All of these things, don't limit yourself on some of these embellishments to just the suite. That's part of the reason I didn't share them with you all together. These are the fun little stick-on candles that go with the Broadway suite. And This is a must-have. These little silver and gold self-adhesive pearls. Yum. These are cutie patooties that work with the Best Route DSP and all the other products in the suite. We now have more colors in self-adhesive sequins. This is a complete yum factor. These are the glitter enamel dots in more colors. These were incredibly popular in other colors in a previous catalog. And we now have colored rhinestones. How pretty is that? In red. And one of my favorite things, and again, it can absolutely go with many of the suites. This is the Petal Pink, which is one of our new soft pink colors. It's almost a peachy pink. These are these gorgeous little self-adhesive gems. I love self-adhesive because it means I can just put it on and go. I don't have to mess with any glue or anything. And these are the little twinkle stars that are also self-adhesive that I mentioned earlier. So thank you for joining me. Oh my gosh, I'm at 26 minutes. I had hoped I would go so quickly. There's just so much to go over with you. Please leave a comment on YouTube. I would love to hear what your favorites are or your standouts are. I love that you had a chance to spend a little time with me today. Hopefully you got a little closer look at some of the new products in the catalog, and maybe even a few things made their way to your wish list. So please stop by my blog, stampinpretty.com, subscribe to my daily updates and newsletter, and I would love to have you visit regularly. Thank you and bye-bye.